mother, Stephanie Calman. Very good morning to you both. 8:39, after a long term at school, everyone looks forward to a bit of a break.
But a row's broken out in Nottingham, where the City Council has announced plans to cut the summer holidays to 4 weeks and split the school year into 5 terms.
Teachers there have gone on strike in protest. So what are the pros and cons of a shorter summer break? We're joined now by Glazer from the National Union of Teachers and the writer. Jerry, is it good for teachers to have a long break?
We think it's extremely good for teachers to have a long break. Teachers need to recharge their batteries. We're a very overworked and battered profession, and the 6-week summer holiday allows teachers to wind down, have some holiday, but more importantly that, get themselves into a state of mind so they're properly prepared to be effective for the next academic year.
Are teachers really any more overworked and harassed than many other professions which don't get 6 weeks off at any single time?
Well, I don't think teachers have ever been in a position of being more battered than they are now, and more overworked, quite frankly, Bill. And you know, the pattern of school holidays has been here for a long time, but the overwhelming view of the members of the National Union of Teachers is that they do need the 6-week holiday to recharge those batteries and be effective teachers for the next academic year.
Stephanie, it's not just teachers who need to recharge their batteries. I mean, you know, children need a break, don't they, as well?
Yeah, they don't need that long, though. I mean, the reason it's 6 weeks, as far as I can see, is, you know, because it's 6 weeks. It's quite arbitrary. And you notice when you're self-employed, as I am, that, you know, there are a million ways to kind of arrange a timetable, and that's only one of them. And the parents I know, on, you know, on Bad Mothers Club and everywhere else, they just approach the summer with absolute dread. You know, people in what I call real jobs, not like me, you know, they've got to find childcare, they've got to find something for the children to do. There's very little provision.
Well, Jerry, I wonder if that's something that actually irritates teachers, the idea that parents suddenly have to find childcare, because some teachers say that's not our problem.
Well, that's absolutely the case, that the parents do have a responsibility for childcare, but I do agree with you that the facilities that are available are diminishing for supporting families in the holidays, and with cuts to local authorities, then subsidised provision is being reduced as well. So it is important that there are activities, but parents do have a role to play. They do have a responsibility.
You know, and I've noticed this week, all the columnists, the nice, you know, affluent columnists, they've all been waxing lyrical about their nostalgia, their childhood, and you'd run through the woods and make lemonade and blah, blah, blah. And of course, now it's very rose-tinted spectacles. We just used to go to the park. It wasn't anything amazing, but expectations were lower. But now, if you don't want your child going outside and getting into trouble or being abducted, even though that's very unlikely, you keep them indoors, and that is a long time indoors. Parents need to get their imagination going too, I suppose.
The other argument that comes into this is whether children forget what they've learnt during the summer. Now, Jerry, I know you have a view, but if, over a 6-week holiday, have you found your kids...
I think they go feral. Mine go completely feral, you know, they make up, you know, I mean, they're slightly not less so now because they're 13 and 14, but when they were smaller, currently they've been watching the Hunger Games and they're making bows and arrows. God help the neighbour's cat. And they'll dress up in strange costumes, and they do sort of go, you know, they kind of go right off timetable.
And forget what they've learnt?
I don't think they do, but of course my children are terribly clever, so they wouldn't. But I think what the upside of that is their imagination gets to work, and I think the downtime is great, but, you know, 6 long weeks of them with nothing much to do, it is a challenge.
Janice is a primary school teacher who would welcome the new arrangement because she says children do forget important things during the 6-week break, especially, she says, when they come from households where education is not supported. She says if there were longer breaks between the other terms, that would give teachers the preparation time that you're talking about.
Well, let's deal with the learning loss issue, because it's been debated for many years. There is no substantial evidence which suggests that there are significant levels of learning loss as a result of long holidays. What you were saying about...
But Jerry, parents keep getting told that if they take their children out during term time to go on holiday, there will be a significant learning loss.
No, but we're talking about what children forget over the period of time.
Usually about missing lessons, which is slightly different.
Yeah, missing lessons means they miss the education that's being provided, and that's what teachers object to, losing 1 or 2 weeks out of the term time in addition to the holidays.
Well, that brings you on to expensive holiday periods. I mean, who you know, who doesn't work in the travel industry supports the idea that all the prices get whacked up every time there's a school holiday.
But this is
crazy.
Yeah, sorry, but just on the issue of whether you forget or not. I mean, we've just got teachers saying different things.
You've got a teacher, but as I say, the people have quoted research, and we've looked into that very carefully over time, and there is no substantial evidence which backs up the argument about learning loss.
Okay.
In reality, some kids forget what they learn on Friday by Monday.
All right.
Okay, children vary. I mean, that's the thing. They're all different.
All right.
But I think we do need to have more for them to do in the holidays.
Thank you both very much indeed. Stimulating
and you
debate.
are agreed on that, yeah.
Thank you.
Jerry, Stephanie, thank you.
It's 8:45. The weather is changing big time. Here's Carol with the forecast.